Welcome to SFL Pregame Live, and back with me for the first time in 3 weeks, Mike St. Green is here repping Houston today. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, Cam, man, it's great to be back. Hey, man, the last couple of weeks has been hard being away from the SFL action, but I've been keeping up with a little bit of it. And hey, we have playoff teams that have clinched. We have some teams been eliminated. And hey, the University of Houston Cougars in the Final Four for the first time since I was a senior in high school. Man, that's kind of dating myself at it. But hey, it's great to be back.
First time since 2004, right, Mike? Is that what you meant?
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Oh, man. Well, you're in the red. I'm in the red to match the sunburn. And we got a bunch of teams wearing red today, including Baltimore and Mexico City, the league's 1,500th game. And that comes your way next on Next Level Sports, along with Queen City, the oldest franchise in the SFL, taking on Lone Star, trying to keep their thin playoff hopes alive. But, Mike, welcome back into the fold. And what do you see out of these two matchups this afternoon?
Cam, like as you mentioned, the 1,500th game in league history. What better way to start off this Saturday when Baltimore, the defending champs, and also a champion in their own right a few seasons back, Mexico City. Both teams started coming to this game 3-2 out of the last 5, but Mexico City have lost their last 2 and have struggled a little bit, on offense. But Mexico City are led on offense by K.O. Barrett. 1,062 yards on the season, 70 catches, and Phoenix Jones, running back, who leads the league in rushing touchdowns with 16. And Mexico City is also tough on defense with that rookie Dan Tritz leading the league in sacks with 12. Look for Baltimore to be led by their big wide receiver of Ivory Irving, 7 touchdown catches of his own. But Baltimore is going to need to get Lloyd Graham Jr. involved to probably seal this win today.
Lone Star at 5-5. Queen City, very slim playoff chance at 3-7. But Mike, at 5-5, we've seen them up and down this year. You like their odds today?
Yes, I do, Cam. Queen City has really struggled offensively all season long. They're only averaging 17 points a game, but they are led on offense by Jet Zero, punishing running back. He only averages about 3.7 per carry, but he does have 9 rushing touchdowns. So look for Queen City to pound the ball at Lone Star. Lone Star led by former first-round draft pick Ace Fennick. Look for him to get all his targets involved. Greg Soto, his brother Deuce Fennick, as well as Dave Axis. Look for a great performance, offensive performance from Lone Star today. I think they may pull this one out.
We are ready for a great day of SFL football. 4 games coming your way, headlined by Baltimore, Mexico City, and Carolina, Los Angeles. This is the SFL on Next Level Sports, and we'll be right back with kickoff from Mexico after this.
Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Good afternoon, Mexico City, the site of the 1500 game in SFL history. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice, very honored to be calling this game between the Baltimore Vultures and the Mexico City Aztecs. 77 degrees, a beautiful day for football here on this Saturday, 2 p.m. local time, mostly sunny, and Gerald, quite a battle between these two teams lays ahead of us.
Definitely. Baltimore already made their nest in the playoffs last week, clinching the North Division. Mexico City is one of three teams that are 6-4, looking to punch their ticket to get in.
And they will want a victory here today on the home turf at Estadio Azteca. Some big-time players all across these teams. Matt Wilson, the Bronze Bomber, leading the way for the Aztecs. Jack Wigmore, the quarterback for the Baltimore Vultures, has jumped onto the scene as of late. And we have quite the bevy of backs in the backfield as well. But, Gerald, I'm really excited. I think this could be a high-scoring game.
Definitely, with both teams loving to wing the football, this definitely could be a high-scoring game.
Mexico City will wear green on their home turf and Baltimore in white with the red helmets. These teams have played quite a few times, fairly familiar with one another, but Gerald, it is Baltimore on top. We'll get to that a little bit later, but in terms of the Vultures, coming off of their championship season, they're 7-3, and they will get the ball first to start this game off. And it should be an exciting one. Simulation Football League action here. Week 11 is underway as Cole Varner sends the ball away to the Vultures. They will bring it out of their own end zone and out to the 22, and that is where we'll see Wigmore and company for the first offensive possession of the game. Gerald, what does Baltimore have to do today to secure a victory?
They really need to cut T-Roy Gaines loose. He's going to be coming in this season. He's going to average his lowest amount of carries and yards for a full season in his career.
They will start in a trips-tight formation and dump it out on the outside for a nice pickup there of 6. And back to kind of their keys, Gerald. T-Roy Gaines is kind of the workhorse in the backfield.
Definitely. He's been, but he's not having a great year. He's only 20th in rushing, 607 yards coming in. I also think they need to keep Phoenix Jones from rising into the end zone because he has 16 rushing touchdowns for the season, and they got to control Mexico City Sudan, which we'll get to that later on in the game as well.
They started with a toss out to Chima. On second down, they throw again. Wow, a dangerous toss over the head of the cornerback. Tayumi finds its way to Ivory Irvin.
The number one receiver on this team in basically every stat. His 86th catch of this season. Third in the SFL currently.
One of the better receivers you will see, and for a young quarterback like Jack Wigmore, always like to have a trusty veteran out there. He'll throw again. That's Chima. Second catch on the out route. They seem to early in this game, Gerald, be targeting those outside flats areas.
Again, getting rid of the ball really, really quickly as you have Dan Tritz there coming in with the league lead in sacks right now with 12. They're trying to just get the ball out of Wigmore's hands quickly, which I think is a smart move for Baltimore.
Tritz, the rookie, one of the best defensive linemen this season so far. This one, another toss outside. Irvin, another catch. And Gerald, we'll talk about Tritz for a minute. One of the best defensive linemen, but, one of the best rookies on the defensive side. Forget rookies, one of the best, the league has to offer at this point, which is incredible for such a young player.
Yeah, coming in, number 1 in sacks and number 5 in tackles for loss for a rookie. He's already set the team record for sacks.
They're trying to stay away from him. They'll toss it right across the middle. Ooh, in and out of the hands of the receiver. They were trying to find Jordan Mitchell, the fullback, and Kevon Jackson was there. Or excuse me, Dexter Jackson.
And in and out of the hands of Jordan Mitchell, and it's going to bring up a punting situation here for Baltimore on 4th and 1. That was a big drop there for Jordan Mitchell. He needed to hang on to that one.
Yeah, and interesting, Gerald. 5 plays, all of them passes, complete 4 of them. The one drop is on 3rd and a single yard. And you talked about, trying to get T-Roy going in this game. It just seems like if they won't go to him on 3rd and 1, we'll have to pay attention to when they do go to him.
Yeah, I mean, T-Roy is one of the greatest running backs in our league. 8,000 plus yards. That was the part to get T-Roy going, and they ended up throwing the football. So they've really changed up their game plan, so to speak. Let's see what Mexico City can do here on their first drive.
Aztecs led by the 11th year veteran, the old man, Matt Wilson at quarterback, and he will throw on first down. Going to dump it out to Phoenix Jones. Jones with a little bit of a lane up the sideline, and finally wrapped up on the outside by Alvin Mack, but not before bursting forward to the 38.
Robert Fett, the guard, pulling out there, making a great block on the outside, springing that play, and they're at their own 38 line. Great opening play there for Mexico City.
Now they'll spread 4 receivers wide. They do have 4 star receivers on this Aztecs team. Wilson stands in the pocket, well protected, fires, and it's picked down the middle of the field, was trying to take a shot, and Troy LaShaw made him pay the price.
Troy LaShaw, who had the game-winning pick 6 last week in their division-clinching win over Lone Star, starts off again with a great interception there, turning his shoulders. And right now, Shaw is having a great season. Coming in, he had 13 interceptions his last 3 seasons in the SFL. That was number 12 of the season for him. So he's having a fantastic comeback season.
Tossed outside there, and Irvin will haul it in, and they're going to call him out of bounds, incomplete.
Incomplete, comes up with a 2nd and 10. I'm surprised that they have come out of here throwing the football, not even at least giving T-Roy Gaines some type of momentum here. And that might be detrimental because T-Roy is a guy that gets better the more carries he gets.
3-3 look here out of Mexico City. They look as if they might be manning up on the outside. Here is the low snap here. Wigmore, pressure in his face. Down he goes. Coming in to make the sack right up the middle was the defensive lineman there. Skylar Kingsley comes right through and makes a big play.
That was just a coverage sack there. Wigmore had nowhere to throw the ball to, and Kingsley comes up with his 3rd sack to bring up this 3rd and long situation.
3rd and 16. Play action here for Wigmore, and that was the wrong choice. Oh, Mexico City was there in a hurry. Brock Lee, the other defensive end on that one with a sack.
I think the defensive ends are kind of tired of us talking about Dan Tritzer saying, hey, we can sack the quarterback too. That's Brock Lee's 10th. And Baltimore going backwards on their 2nd drive. And another punt coming up here. All passing plays right now for Baltimore in the game, which is surprising.
And what a way for the Aztecs defense to respond to a Matt Wilson interception by forcing Baltimore way backwards on their own field. And Gerald, let's talk about the Aztecs. What do they have to do today to secure a victory?
They find a way to get off the field on defense, which they're having a great job doing right now. Give Matt Wilson safe throws. He didn't have a safe throw at the beginning with that interception. And controlling time of possession, which they can do if they keep forcing Baltimore's 3 and out.
Nickel look here out of Baltimore, and Matt Wilson will look to throw underneath out route is caught. That is good for 4 yards. Completion there to Bartley. Let's go through this Mexico City offense. Matt Wilson leads the way at quarterback. Phoenix Jones and Ray Bentley make up this Aztecs backfield. Nicholas Daggs, Jason Bartley, KL Barrett, and Fox Highwind are the 4 receiving threats, along with the tight end Mike Daggs. Cole Varner, in his 7th season, does the kicking for this Mexico City team, playing at home with a 6-4 record. Wilson, pressure in his face, was able to find his favorite target, Mike Daggs, across the middle.
But you want to talk about, you need some clutch yards. Number 12, Matt Wilson, like you said, that timeless veteran of 11 seasons, goes to his favorite target. Or to the tight end, Mike Daggs, for a first down.
2 backs in the backfield. Here is Wilson looking to throw, and down he goes. Could not unload the ball, and Baltimore brought the heat, and right up there was Tucker Lewis.
Sack number 4 of the season. He just absolutely blows by the guard there, Speed Kalamata. Gets the sack to force a 2nd and 16 situation here for Mexico City.
3 receivers wide, 2 in the backfield. Nickel look here again out of this Baltimore defense. Already have a pick today. Wilson, short drop, moves in the pocket, throws, and it's deflected. Incomplete. Baltimore's Frank Smith, the linebacker, was out there in coverage, brings up 3rd down.
A 3rd and long situation here for Mexico City. Mexico City coming into this game, I mean, it's an unbelievable stat. 61% conversion rates on their 3rd downs. It's going to be a hard one here at 3rd and 16. But when you do that, you can put some points on the board.
Here is the toss across the middle. Caught, almost got there. Not quite. It was a tall task, but Gerald, a nice play there will actually give them a better situation to punt this one away.
That was a great catch by Nicholas Daggs over the middle. That was a great tackle there by Marvin Himes. Looked like he could have got a couple steps on him. But like you said, it's a good game. Didn't get the first down. They're on the brink of field goal range. I think they brought out Varner here to try a 53-yarder.
Cole Varner on to try this one, and we'll see what he can do. All time, he is 93.9%, has scored the most field goals in SFL history. Sends this one up, and it is good from 54. Mexico City on the board first.
Clutch kick there by Cole Varner. Must have had the one. He had a 12-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the northwest. That ball just might have been at his back. Gets to the bottom of the net, but it gets through the uprights and gives Mexico an early 3-0 lead.
Wow, huge kick for the Aztecs, and that will put them out in front of Baltimore. Their defense getting those sacks forces Baltimore back. A good punt, and Matt Wilson able to caravan this Aztecs team into field goal range. Gerald, these teams know quite a bit about each other. They've played quite a few times.
Yeah, they've played 7 times. The Baltimore has won the last 5, including the last one, the 33-17 playoff win. They had definitely had Mexico City's number the last 5. You see the Mexico City's last win came all the way back in 2018.
Here is Wigmore going to dump it out to the tight end there off that right side of the field. Lloyd Graham Jr. with the catch, and let's go through Baltimore's offensive unit. They are led by the quarterback, Jack Wigmore, a young player, but one that is ready to lead the charge. T-Roy Gaines, the halfback. Ivory Irvin, Daley Holder, and Mac Chima are the receiving threats. Jay Hayden and Lloyd Graham Jr. are the tight ends, and Shark Tarkington does the kicking. 2 really solid kickers for these 2 teams going set to do battle once again. Here is the give. First one to T-Roy Gaines, and he has first down yardage on 2nd and 1.
We finally get to see big old 33 for Baltimore get the football and runs for that first down. First running play, like you said, for Baltimore comes up big, first down, and they move the chain.
Was wondering if we were going to see T-Roy today, and luckily do get to see a little bit of him on the ground. We'll see if they stick to the air. They do. Wigmore, though, will dump it out to T-Roy Gaines. Gaines falls forward for 3, and let's go through this Aztecs defense. Brock Lee, Skylar Kingsley, and Dan Tritz have been well introduced to this broadcast so far up front. KT Harrell, Ronnie Watson, and Dexter Jackson are the linebackers. Jack Napier, Zarin Pryor, Han Tayumi, and Jeffrey Daggs, along with Ben Charbs, round out this secondary for the Aztecs. Charbs, a rookie Week 8 signing, playing at strong safety for Mexico City. They have the tall task of slowing down this Baltimore attack. T-Roy Gaines on the outside. We'll get a couple. It'll be 3rd and 4.
And Han Tayumi says hello to T-Roy Gaines. They're making a 3rd and 4. This is where, if you can use T-Roy in the running game, play action would be a great weapon right now. But I don't think Mexico City is going to be too worried about the run game right now of Baltimore.
Split pro look here. Aztecs have a lot of people on the line. Here's Wigmore, tosses. Oh, a one-handed collection. Lloyd Graham Jr. Take that one to the bank.
What a grab there by Lloyd Graham. What a throw by Wigmore. Just a pocket just being right there. And look at one-handed ball thrown behind him. Was able to reach and save his quarterback there. Great catch by Lloyd Graham Jr., and it puts them at midfield here for the first time in the ballgame.
Jack Wigmore, the top quarterback in terms of attempts in the SFL this season, has thrown the ball coming into the game 465 times. He'll throw it again here on first down from midfield, and it's Graham Jr. again on the outside, first down yardage.
Coming in 465 attempts, 2nd in completion, 6th in yards. But the big factor is he's only been sacked 12 times. That front line of Baltimore is keeping him upright. He's been sacked a couple times in this game, but before that, keeping him upright.
Does have the 18 touchdowns, which is good for 7th best in the league, but 24 interceptions to go along with him. Gerald has been known to throw it to the other team once or twice.
He has, for his career, he has 30 in a really short career. He has 37 touchdowns and 36 interceptions. Quarterback rating of 86.9 for his career. So he's had a very good start, and he's already a champion.
Bunch to the bottom of the screen. Here is Wigmore. Stands the pocket.
Wow.
Laces it right over KT Harrell's head.
Wow. That is a throw you'd see Matt Wilson do. Not a second season, but what a throw. Ivory Irvin, who is actually 2nd in targets coming into this game in the SFL with 114, 77 yards away from 1,000 for the season, and 7 big touchdowns. So he's definitely a big threat here for the Vultures offense.
Give Gaines. Gaines will pick up 3. T-Roy Gaines, 23rd in the league, Gerald, in carries, and we've seen that continue today. They've gone to the air first.
Yeah, the first, I think, 6 plays, you see the change of philosophy. Look at that. The season's 11 through 14, top 9 and over 100 yards. This season, 60 yards a game rushing, 3rd to last in the league.
Throw outside, caught, first down yardage for Ivory Irvin, and one of the more unspoken players on this Baltimore team, but Irvin quietly 3rd most receptions in the league.
They're 3rd and 2nd in targets, I mentioned, 8th in yards, 7th in touchdowns with 7. And we're talking about the run game. Well, if you can throw like Wigmore's been doing on this drive, and to have T-Roy as a backup plan is a pretty good option.
Here is Wigmore again, dumps it out. Graham Jr., that's Jay Hayden down to the 2. And the other thing we saw, Gerald, not to get too deep into it, in the player openings area of Discord was that Baltimore may be looking for a new halfback next season. Not sure what that means for T-Roy Gaines' future. Still to be seen. Still plenty of season and off-season left before Baltimore has to make a decision, but does show the opportunity for new faces to get into the Simulation Football League. A little more on that later. Gaines walloped right at the line of scrimmage. Big hit.
Big hit by Ben Sharp.
That will take us to the end of the first. Aztecs trying to hold Baltimore out of the end zone on top, 3-0. You are watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. Back here in Mexico City, Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice. Aztecs trying to keep Baltimore out 4 wide against the goal line. This could spell trouble. Wigmore back of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Ivory Irvin. Touchdown, Baltimore. They're in front.
Big drive there by the second season quarterback, Jack Wigmore. Great throw. That was a great route there, just running along the back side of the end zone. Ivory Irvin. And who needs to go? Who needs to run on third and goal from the 1? Great throw. Touchdown. Number 19 of the season for Jack Wigmore. Number 8 for Ivory Irvin.
Yeah, Irvin coming out of the slot. They were running an ace quads formation, and Baltimore made the goal line defense of the Aztecs pay there. And now Shark Tarkington will send the extra point up and through. It is 7-3. The Vultures on top of the Aztecs after a quick moving first quarter, Gerald, that the Aztecs escaped with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, but that first play of the second quarter proves to be the dagger. Now they find themselves down 7-3. And that, by the way, go back to that extra point. That was a great job by the backup quarterback, Adam Jefferson, to handle that low snap, allow Shark Tarkington to get that extra point through the uprights.
Return here coming for the Aztecs out to the 20-yard line. And let's go through this defense of the Baltimore Vultures, which is trying to stop Matt Wilson and the Bronze Bomber. Already have an interception today, and the defense starts on the defensive line. Nate Brown, Al Walker, Cyron Yates IV, and Tucker Lewis make up that defensive line. Frank Smith, Alvin Mack, and Nolan Pierce are the linebackers. Marvin Himes, Ben Stackenpaper, and Austin Brigham are the cornerbacks. And the two veteran safeties, Giovanni Bolt and Troy LaShaw, both of them very dangerous. Flip out here, Phoenix Jones on the screen will pick up 5. And Gerald, no carries for either him or Ray Bentley early in this game.
That's another shocking thing. Both teams thinking that their pass defense of their opponent is suspect here. And you have Phoenix Jones, who is coming in with 858 yards, 16 rushing touchdowns, and they have yet to run the football in this game.
3 receivers wide. Mike Daggs, the tight end, on the line. Here is Wilson with a 4-step drop. Will toss it outside. That's K.L. Barrett. And I thought he got the first down. It's going to depend on the spot of the ball. They mark him a yard shy.
Yeah, it looked like he had to come back for that ball a little bit. Kind of got his footing messed up and came backwards and now short a yard. But K.L. Barrett, favorite target for Matt Wilson, coming in the league leader in reception yards at 1,162.
2 in the backfield. Give right up the middle. Phoenix Jones, first down yardage, 3rd and 1, no problem for Mexico City.
Like the running backs can only get the ball when it's 3rd and 1. That's when T-Roy Gaines got his first carry, and that's where Phoenix Jones gets his first carry. I love to see them run the football more. Phoenix Jones is a dynamic player for this offense. It can definitely open up holes for Wilson to throw the football.
Bunch to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top, and here is Wilson looking to throw this thing. Slings it outside. That is caught for 6. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are executed in real time on the field by our simulations as the players, who are represented by real-life people, compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy, and we will take you from your couch onto the field. Flip out here. Phoenix Jones bottled up in the backfield.
Great open field tackle there by Austin Brigham. Jones had a lot of green to work with. The only person that he had to beat was Austin Brigham, and Brigham wins that battle, bring up 3rd and 7. Let's see if Baltimore can stop this prolific 3rd down offense here of Mexico City.
Austin says Brigham a 3rd down, and a 3rd down they await here. They need to get out across the 45. Wilson, deep shot, caught. Oh, still on his feet. Rumbling down into Vultures territory, down to the 23. It's Nicholas Daggs.
With 55 yards on 2 catches. Matt Wilson just standing in that pocket. Look at that great protection and a great throw. Busts through 1 tackle and slows him up enough that Brigham and LaShaw can bring him down, but not before they go inside Baltimore territory, just outside of the red zone.
This Daggs family dominates the Aztecs roster. This time, Nicholas is the one to make the big splash into Vultures territory. Here is a run. Phoenix Jones smacked in the mouth.
I thought I saw his mouthpiece fly out of his helmet there. Big tackle there by Frank Smith. This linebacking core love to hit. You got Frank Smith, Owen Pierce, and the leading tackler of the ball club for Baltimore, Alvin Mack, 101, coming in 5th in the league.
4 receivers wide here. Single back is Jones. 4-2 look out of Baltimore. Play action for Wilson. Wilson stands the pocket, tipped up and incomplete. Wow, what an athletic play there by Alvin Mack to get to the sidelines in a hurry.
Speaking of the devil, he shows up and gets his 3rd pass deflection of the year. I don't know if Matt Wilson will slip there or something. It looked like he crouched down a little bit, but comes up again. Another 3rd and 10 situation for Mexico City. Can they convert on 3rd and long?
He'll go 4 wide against a dime look here for the Vultures. Single back is Jones again. Here is Wilson, floats one over the top, nearly paid the price again. LaShaw was lurking in the area. Intended target was Fox Highwind. It'll be 4th down, and Varner will come back out.
Dangerous throw, as you said. LaShaw almost had pick number 13 of the season. Ball falls harmlessly to the ground, as you said. Varner coming out here 16 of 18 for the season with that field goal that he kicked in the first quarter. Let's see if he can make it 17 for 19 and get Mexico City within one.
Varner will stand here. High snap is corralled. There is a penalty flag. Kick up and through. There will make it 6-7. Aztecs climbing back into this one, depending on what this penalty is from Mr. Stripes. And it would appear as if it were potentially clipping.
It is, and that might drive them
yeah,
back.
right there. Yeah.
Yep, that was a great call there. So let's see that could be what? It's a 15-yard penalty. It's going to take him back. This might put it back to almost a 50-yard field goal here, but they made it from 54, and actually it takes him out of field goal. Takes him out of field goal range. Now they're going to punt.
Unfortunate for the Aztecs, they do commit the foul. And Gerald, I will say, I think that was an obvious foul. I think that was a great call from the Stripes.
Oh, it was definitely a great call from the Stripes. And let's see if they can down this ball. What a special teams play there for Mexico City.
Downed it right there, and Baltimore will have to try and drive the length of the field. Look at that bounce. Wow, what a punt there from George Amy.
Yeah, that's what I love to see. Punting it, pinning him inside the 5. I think they got the ball at the 3. And it's going to force Baltimore to really put a good drive together if they want some points.
The Vultures in the shadows here at Estadio Azteca. Single back is Gaines. They will throw the out route here. Big surprise. And Irvin will pick up 6.
I like what Irvin did right there. I thought he was going to go out of bounds, and he took a stutter step and tried to go back inside. But the defense wasn't full, was there for the tackle. Brings up 2nd and 4.
That's an Andy Hamilton move there, Gerald. I coined that back in high school, and I think Irvin was watching some of my old tape. There was only one play, so easy play to dissect there. This one, a toss out to Gaines. He will lose yardage.
Hey, the one play. Hey, look what you did for his career. It's amazing. But there, and T-Roy gets stopped for a loss of 2 here. It's going to bring up a big 3rd down for Baltimore. They're 2 for 4 right now in this ball game. They need to go 3 for 5.
Luckily, Gerald, that the SFL lets me live out my receiving dreams. Speaking of dreams, what a dream defensive stand there for the Aztecs as they get off the field. Big play coming up the middle. KT Harrell, she stops T-Roy Gaines and gets the Aztecs the ball back.
That's her 7th tackle of the half so far. It seems like wherever T-Roy goes, KT goes. So it's going to set them up in great field position here after this punt.
Kick is away, and it's a little bit of a short one. Fair catch called for right there at the 41-yard line, and that is where Mexico City will bring the offensive unit back out. Had a field goal in their back pocket. A penalty erases those 3 points, but now the Aztecs quickly turn back and have an opportunity to score more than that.
Yeah, that was unfortunate that they got points taken off of the board. And now that's where this is where the drive stalled the last time. Let's see if they can get it on another couple first downs or put it in the end zone.
4 wide against 4 defensive backs. Matt Wilson fires on the out route, caught underneath, and that will be a pickup of 5. I tell you what, I don't know if I've ever said out routes more in the first half of a game in my life, Gerald.
No, I agree with you. You just have a button to press it. Out route. Out route. That's all they've been doing, but they've been successful. So
right.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It has worked for both teams. On and off again. Alvin Mack has made some deflections on some of the out routes. That run up the middle by Phoenix Jones does not work, and now it'll be 3rd and 6 for the home team in green and red.
Al Walker and Saron Yates, the 4th, coming up there with the stop. 3rd and 6. This is where I love to see maybe a little. I hate to say it, a little out route to Mr. Phoenix Jones here, or something maybe across the middle with Mike Daggs.
Mexico City, 2 of 4 on 3rd downs. They will run play action. Wilson scrambles and sacked. Dropped in the backfield for Baltimore. Tucker Lewis chases him down.
Tucker Lewis with the sack. Again, you see right there, I don't know if he's having an issue with his cleats or if there is an injury, but that's the second time he like almost stumbled and had to catch his footing. This time it's proved costly as it allows Tucker Lewis to get a second sack of the half and forces them to punt again.
And Gerald, in some of those play-action plays, the pressure up the middle can cause some of the quarterbacks to have to readjust. But speaking of readjusting, I mean, come on. Number 20 for Mexico City might be the player of the game to this point, Gerald. I mean, he's just everywhere. Dorian Locke, another special teams play.
Another special team jam this time. They're at their own 4. And now back-to-back punts to pin them deep in their own zone in the shadow of the goalpost. Let's see if Mexico City's defense can come up here and stop them once again.
Dorian's got it on lock. Here is the Vultures thrown across the middle, tipped up and picked. Oh, intercepted for the Aztecs, and right back the return to the goal line. A huge play for the rookie, Ronnie Watson.
Ronnie Watson with the second interception of the season almost took it to the house as he just, with a big tip there by Dexter Jackson, his 10th pass deflection. And don't look right now, but those punts pins them deep, forces a mistake, and they're about, what would you say, about 7 or 8 inches from the goal line here. Let's see if it's Phoenix Jones time. He has 16 rushing touchdowns for the season.
Could also be Ray Bentley, the bowling ball. They'll give it to Jones. Jones stretches, has the score. The Aztecs out in front off of the turnover. Ronnie Watson is Johnny on the spot, and Phoenix Jones writes the check and cashes it for Mexico City.
Great run there. Looked like he was going to be bottled, but somehow finds his way to the outside. As you saw, once again, Robert Fett with a great seal block. He had a great seal block in the first quarter on that one swing pass. But great presence there by Phoenix Jones. Rushing touchdown number 17, and it puts Mexico City out in front.
Not to make a pun, Gerald, that's not necessary, but Phoenix Jones, the vulture of scoring touchdowns from the running back position, not necessarily the type of running back that has blown up the stats chart this year in terms of carries or yardage necessarily, but when it comes to touchdowns, Phoenix Jones, money in the bank.
Oh, definitely money in the bank. I said 17th touchdown. That's his for his career. That is number 30. And when he's inside the 15 and the 10-yard line, he is just devastating with the football.
And you can chalk some of that up to the fullback in front of him, Ray Bentley, the Hall of Famer, the veteran, taking a smaller role this season, has only carried the ball 55 times, does have 1 touchdown, Gerald, just sits a single touchdown away from moving into 4th all time, but he takes the back seat for Phoenix Jones, and Jones able to pile another one in, the Aztecs right out on top off of the Wigmore interception.
But what a person to learn from. Ray Bentley, one of the greats, and it's a great tree to learn under. Man.
Here is Wigmore throwing again. That, I might hold my tongue. That looked like interference to me, Gerald.
You don't have to hold your tongue. That was interference. Mexico City got away with one there. I believe that was the rookie Ben Charbs that kind of got away with a little bit of a PI here. The Ref 62 kept this flag in his pocket. It brings up second down.
Ref might have been unable to locate the penalty flag, but either way, 2nd and 10 here for Baltimore. Split backs, pro formation here. They will throw another out route. Irvin on the top of the field has has 8 and will step out of bounds at the 28.
Forced out of bounds there by Han Tayumi. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 situation here. 2 for 5 in the game so far. Only has 6 first downs. So this is, it would be T-Roy Gaines time. The 3rd and 2 to punish that defensive line. But they're going to trip set.
Here is Wigmore tossing it out. Oh, diving attempt is not going to get there. What a throw. Chima hauls it in, and it's a big play for Baltimore. But, man, if that would have been picked, that would have been highlight reel city, Gerald.
I think that went right through the hands of Aaron
Oh.
Pryor. And then look, this double spin move there by Mac Cheeman to gain a couple extra yards. But, man, what a pressure throw for Jack Wigmore. And he looks like a veteran, not just a second-year guy. But it comes up there, great first down pickup, and move the chains.
Game of inches out here so far. Here is Wigmore looking to throw it again. Out route there for Irvin. Good for 9. Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow us on Twitter for weekly broadcast schedules and to discover team content and stay up to date on SFL news. Let us know who your favorite team is or how you enjoy our broadcasts each week by using the hashtag #MakeAnImpact. Thanks for your support and viewership. 3 receivers wide on second and a single yard. Gaines in the backfield along with the fullback from midfield. They'll give it to T-Roy. T-Roy rumbles forward, and Mr. Gaines has gained a first down.
As you see, both running backs having a very negligible effect on this game. As you see T-Roy with 17 yards, Phoenix Jones with only 4. So that's going to be the key, is which quarterback here can make the least amount of errors in this game. And right now they both have one. It's giving Mexico City the lead.
Wigmore floats one, deflected. Man, covering over was Jeffrey Daggs. Ever dangerous safety. I mean, there are some good safeties in this game. Daggs leading the way for the Aztecs, Bolt and LaShaw on the Baltimore side.
Speaking of Jeffrey Daggs, 53 career interceptions there. Knocks the ball down for pass deflection number 52 of his career. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Here is Wigmore on 2nd and 10. They'll complete a quick out route. Irvin, how is that not a hit out of bounds, Gerald?
I don't know. Maybe the referees, after that one flag, just put the flags away. That should have been a late hit, but man, a gain of 2 yards makes it 3rd and 8. Let's see what happens here. I'd love to see them go to Haley Holder. Haley Holder is really an unsung wide receiver for Baltimore. I'd like to see him go in here, or maybe at a crossing route.
No crossing route before the 2-minute warning. Aztecs on top by 3. Baltimore trying to climb back into this one. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of SFL action continues right after this short break. This is the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. We welcome you back to Mexico City. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice, Eddie Gage, and Phil Koss running the stats truck for us. Jack Wigmore going to take a deep shot, and it's tipped up and incomplete. Lucky he did not pay for that one. Coming across to make the deflection was Ronnie Watson.
Ronnie Watson again around the football, forcing a 4th and 8 and a punting situation. Let's see if Pablo Gates has watched George Amy here, if he can pin Mexico City in the shadow of their own goal line.
Aztecs will have the opportunity with 3 timeouts to try and drive down the field. This a good punt, gonna tip down. No, a touchback. Oh, Baltimore cannot match Mexico City's special teams prowess. Maryland just could not contain the slide.
Nope, he slid and the ball ended up into the end zone. Great try there by Felix Maryland. But Mexico City has the ball at their own 20, full complement of timeouts, and a $1:47 on the clock. Let's see if Matt Wilson here can weave some magic.
I formation. Mike Daggs up to the top of the screen on the formation. Wilson will give to Phoenix Jones up the middle. Jones off of 1 and will scoot forward for 8. Big play.
Big play for Phoenix Jones, making do for what little carries he's been getting in this ball game. Bring up a 2nd and 2 here. I think Mexico State might be content here to run out the clock, take the lead into the half.
Yeah, they are in a heavy formation again. Do have all 3 timeouts, but as long as the clock keeps moving, they also might want to just get a first down before they start moving. Phoenix Jones rumbling down this near side. Jones to the 46, and hurry up we go.
This is what I was talking about. If Phoenix Jones can get moving here, this could spell disaster for Baltimore.
Here is a throw. Wilson out to Jones, and Jones will step out of bounds. Coming up on the SFL halftime report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green break down the first half between these Vultures and Aztecs, provide an update on Queen City and Lone Star, and look back on the 1,500 games and many memorable moments in SFL history. It's all coming up on the SFL halftime report. 4 wide, empty in the backfield for Matt Wilson. Mike Daggs on the top of the line. Wilson short drop, quick throw. Mike Daggs complete for 9.
It's going to bring up 3rd and a short one here. Still in that wide set here. Look for Daggs once again.
Wilson stands, throws, Daggs, first down, stiff arm from the tight end, and a first down to the 26.
So much for thinking that they were just going to let the clock run out. After that big run by Phoenix Jones, they switched to up-tempo here. Tagged like he was going to go block him, then just releases, comes in the middle of the field, and that's where Mike Daggs makes his money for this Aztec football team. And they're in field goal range here. Let's see if they try to punch it in, and they got 41 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Wilson, 72.7 rating on the day. They'll go back to this empty formation under center. Is the Bronze Bomber. Stands in the pocket, delivers. Mike Daggs, another completion. This is the Mike Daggs play.
Just 7 yards and go right across the middle. Seems to be working.
Mike again, tipped up and incomplete. Baltimore read that one like a children's book before bedtime.
And guess who again was there? Number 42. This time it was Frank Smith coming up with the pass deflection. Brings up a 3rd and 3. And Mexico City has so many weapons that they can use right here at their disposal.
Same formation. They've flipped Mike Daggs here to the bottom of the formation, but Wilson still alone against a dime look out of Baltimore. Here is Wilson, throws to someone not named Daggs, and that is good for first down yardage, complete across that right-hand side, and it's to Fox Highwind.
Fox Highwind gets his first grab of the half. It takes it down to the 7. 1 timeout remaining here. You might see a couple of little corner routes or maybe a couple out routes here to see if they can get into the end zone here. See what they can do, but they're in a big set.
23 seconds on the clock. Ray Bentley on the field along with Phoenix Jones. They will throw. Here is Wilson, hit and dropped. Wilson will get sacked.
halftime and coming up time, they might just spike it here, and they're going to run a
Oh.
play.
They're going to throw out to the outside, and that is Ray Bentley, who collects it for a yard, but does scamper out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and goal.
I think if you're Mexico City, you just take the points right here. You bring out Cole Varner, which I think you see right there in the huddle. Just bring him out. Take a a 6-point lead here with less than 10 seconds to go in the half. I think it's a smart move. That way, if the ball gets snapped and quarterback can just fall on it and call a timeout and get a shot at 4th down.
I was going to say, Gerald, I've never seen a 6-second field goal. I would be pretty impressed if they could burn that much time with an attempt. Varner sends this one up and through from 25, which feels like nothing for Cole, and it is 13-7 Aztecs on top of the Vultures.
If you had a double dash for 50 yards, that would have taken 6 seconds because that field goal only took 3. See, I knew. I got your math this time. Just a mistake by my part.
You're all good, Gerald. 4 seconds left. They will have to kick it, so Baltimore will get a little bit of a return. They will take a knee. Bolt does not attempt to bring that one out. So 2 seconds, and I anticipate maybe a little toss out to T. Roy Gaines, or dare I say an out route, Gerald?
I think it's 1-1 that this might be an out route here. An out route to maybe Ivory Irvin or maybe even Max Chima. See what happens here on the last play of the half.
2 in the backfield, Gaines, and Mexico City has almost everyone on the line. They will flip it out on a screen to T. Roy Gaines with a little bit of room coming downhill, and Gaines will pick up 11, and that will take us to halftime, 7-13, and we will be right back with the SFL halftime report. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the SFL halftime report. Along with Mike St. Green, I'm Cameron Irvine. And Mike, a good first half there for Mexico City, but felt like they maybe missed an opportunity there at the end to extend the lead.
Yeah, Cam, a great first half of Mexico City, and even a better second quarter. Baltimore jumped out 7-3 in the first, but yeah, Mexico City left points on the board after Cole Varner field goal was called back for a clipping and then ended up taking them out of field goal range. But let's give credit to that special teams unit. Pinned Baltimore inside the 5 a couple times, which led to a big interception from Ronnie Watson, which turned into not Jet Zero, but Phoenix Jones touchdown. Yeah, I have Jet Zero in my mind. He's really having a great first half over there in Denton, Texas right now. But yeah, led to a Phoenix Jones touchdown, his 17th of the season, and then Mexico City once again with another field goal late to take a 13-7 lead in the first half.
Yeah, lots of Mexico City missed opportunities, but they're still up 6 at the half, so they got to feel pretty good about that. It could be even more. So you mentioned Jet Zero's on your mind. Yeah, he should be, because he's running tough today against Lone Star. Queen City has an early 10-0 lead. Ike McBride just got going off screen here just a second ago, but good start for the Corsairs here, trying to pull the upset and keep those slim playoff hopes alive.
Yeah, Queen City playing for their playoff lives. Ted Haynes with a couple of interceptions on the first 2 drives for Lone Star. And then, yeah, Jet Zero has been fantastic so far in this first half. I mean, he hasn't reached the end zone, but he is putting up the yardage and keeping Lone Star on the heels.
And just as we say that, Queen City just got another pick. So this is a very interesting result going on between Queen City and Lone Star. We'll keep an eye on that. Well, Mike, it's a big day for the SFL. 1,500 simulations. We have reached a milestone. By the way, Baltimore's organization has played in all 3 of these milestone games: 500, 1,000, and now 1,500. They played the 1,000th game was actually at our last convention in 2018 in Atlanta. Or 2019, excuse me. They played Carolina, and that infamous Harish Prasad gets hurt, faints on the floor, that sort of thing. But a lot of memories, a lot of moments in 1,500 games, and the SFL has a look at just some of them. It's hard to get them all, but just some of them. Here's the SFL in 1,500.
All right, and just in closing, because I've talked more than I thought I would, sorry about that. Mike's right, I do have a lot of challenges in my life and a lot of ups and downs, but this league brings me a constant source of positivity that you can't imagine. And so, you know, the days that maybe I don't want to get up in the morning or just I don't feel well, I think of the league and it really lifts me up, and for that I'll always be grateful. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Oh, look at that. Love. Pseudo Nakai here as well.
SFL Winter 2020 Rookie Draft. The Mexico City Aztecs select Phoenix Jones, fullback. Come on up, Phoenix.
Season 1 and 2, we're just happy to be a league. You know, after a couple of failed attempts where we had some less than reliable people, we kind of closed ranks a little bit to make this thing going, to get this thing off the ground.
Do the best we can, and ultimately one way or the other, I think hopefully the best team will win, and we'll see who that is.
Wow, and now the Prasad brother with a little bit more hair on the top of his head. Your thoughts?
And the more handsome one.
We'll let the comments decide. Your thoughts? How sweaty were you by the end of it?
Dude, that's why you're that far away.
I got it zoomed. It looks like I'm close.
Oh, good. That's why you're physically that far away, because this is nothing but smell.
So I just showed Ray the clip of him saying nothing but smell, and now this is what has happened. Are you good, or?
Why do I look so weird all the time?
that's something that I feel like I've learned. If you have that solid vision for what you want to accomplish, and if you really believe in it, you can be successful if you persist.
Dumps it over the middle, and the game is over, and the Knights are the 2013 Summer Champions, 45-41. Eric Barkley will win his second SFL championship game with the help of defensive coordinator A.J. Caswell. The New York Knights have done it.
They got to keep everything in front of them here. This is the ball game. Daniel Garcia back to pass. He's going to throw it deep to the middle. The pass is caught, and the tackle is made. And the DC Dragons have won the championship by a miracle on Zach Sully's throw to Greg Corky. And I let the fellas give me a breath. 4-34. The Corsairs with the victory here today on a beautiful day in Cleveland.
We'll get to post-game reaction here in a moment. The time ticks down. The Minneapolis Maulers are the Season 7 SFL champions. They become the second team in SFL history to record multiple titles, joining the three-time champion Queen City Corsairs.
For the second straight season, a home team loses in the championship game, and for the fourth time in 8 seasons, the Queen City Corsairs are your Season 8 SFL champions. City Aztecs, headlined by team owner Ramos Lynn, gets their first SFL championship, a 38-24 victory over Chicago. We can confirm on Cochran, Tony Willis and company. It's time to celebrate for the first time in franchise history. The Alaska Storm are SFL champions. What a job by the Alaska Storm front office and all of their incredible players, and what has just been an outstanding run for the Alaska Storm. And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the Alaska Storm. They are your Season 11 SFL champions. And they just had enough as the clock ticks all the way down. Your Alaska Storm are the SFL champions for the third straight season, 37-35.
Comes home, and the Nightwings will get the first franchise championship and the first championship for Jeremy Vega and company. And what a scene here in Denver. Atlanta Swarm, how about it? Your champions, Georgia, 27-10 over Sioux Falls. Your Atlanta Swarm are title winners in the simulation. Special thanks to Andy Hamilton with some of those convention clips from years past. But Mike, it's been a wild journey. Can't wait to get back with everybody in August.
Yeah, Cam, I tell you, one of the things that I love about this league and seeing, Matt Wilson a part of that clip and Colin Northrup part of that clip is how, this league is just all inclusive. No matter who you are, what background, what your physical limitations are, you can find a place here in the SFL, and that's what really makes me fall in love with this league.
Same here, bud. Same here, and happy to have you as a studio co-host all season long. Queen City still leads 10-0 in the second quarter. Mexico City leads Baltimore 13-7 at the half. This is the SFL. This has been the SFL Halftime Report, and we'll be back with the second half. Andy Hamilton on the call with Gerald Giudice when we come back. This is the SFL on Next Level Sports.
Mexico City, Mexico, the site of the second half of the 1500 game in SFL history. Gerald Giudice is with me. I'm Andy Hamilton. Joining us in the stats truck is Phil Koss and Eddie Gage. And the ball is back off the tee. The Mexico City Aztecs will start with the football here in this third quarter of action. They hold on to a 13-7 lead, and Gerald, before the end of the half, they had the opportunity to extend it, only pushed it from a 3-point lead out to 6, and now they're hoping that they can extend it a little bit further.
They got that field goal at the end of the half, the 3-second version. So we're coming up here. This is a big drive here. If they can put at least another field goal on the board and make this a 2-score game, Baltimore seems to not be able to move the football effectively.
3 wide here. Wilson, deep shot collected. Oh, and the Aztecs surprise Baltimore a little bit with a shot down the field to start this third quarter off.
Cale Barrett with the grab, just reaching out there, making a fantastic grab there. You see Austin bring him down, just like that at their own 42-yard line. This is what Mexico City's offense can do. Believe it or not, Phoenix Jones really hasn't been, except for that touchdown, been a major part of the yard gaining.
Toss outside. That is collected. 6-yard pickup there for Cale Barrett. Again, his 5th catch of the game.
Big catch there by Cale Barrett on the out route. Hey, still working good for him. Oh, and got a challenge flag here coming up here. Let's see if I thought he was in bounds. Let's see, but maybe I was mistaken. Let's see what replay shows.
Yeah, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Barrett on the outside, and this is the game, Gerald, you play with these out routes sometimes is with the sidelines, and I know all too well that sometimes, especially here in this stadium, in a Stadio Azteca, that the ball can be closer to the line than you think, and Ref 62 will mark this one in bounds, and Baltimore will burn an early timeout here.
That could be detrimental to Baltimore if that timeout could be needed here at the end of the game. I thought he might have been bobbling it, but it looked like that left foot was inbounds when he caught the ball. So challenge wasted there for Baltimore. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And that's a win for the Aztecs, was the opportunity to take a timeout off the board. I mean, points, yes, obviously you would like, but anytime you can wound your opponent by potentially taking something from them, a timeout, hey, I'll take that. So a first down from Jones there and a timeout loss for the Vultures.
So far, it's been a very fruitful drive here for Mexico City. Let's see if they can put points on the board here to really put the hurt on Baltimore.
2 backs in the backfield. Bentley along with Phoenix Jones. They'll flip it to Jones, and Jones stood up and walloped.
Tucker Lewis there, along with leading tackler for Baltimore, Alvin Mack there. One of the few toss plays I've seen here in the SFL, but gains of 2, he's up 2nd and 8.
2 backs in the backfield. Mexico City going heavy here. 4-3 look out of the Baltimore Vultures. On 2nd down, they give up the middle. Jones with plenty of room. Bursts forward, picks up 7.
Great run there by Phoenix Jones. I think he's starting to heat up here. Bring up a 3rd and 1 with Phoenix Jones and Ray Bentley in the backfield, man. They can either pick up this 1 yard or be devastating decoys for this offense. Let's see what they do here. If they line up big, and they got 2 in the backfield.
Another 4-3 look out of Baltimore. They are going to back up deep. I hate to say it, Gerald, but an out route would work wonderfully here to pick up this first down. Wilson gives up the middle, and Jones has the first down yardage.
Was about to get stopped and actually made a cut back to the right there. Just a strafe right across that first down marker. Ends up getting it at the Baltimore 35. Great drive here for Mexico City right now. Let's see if they can continue the momentum.
They have moved their way down the field. The question is, can they cap it off with some points? Split twins out of the gun. Wilson wants the deep shot.
Night.
Got it! Touchdown, Mexico City! Jason Bartley. No, excuse me. K.L. Barrett caps that one off.
K.L. Barrett basically outruns Giovanni Bolt, which is something to say in the league, but just a great pinpoint pass. Got behind the defender was Giovanni Bolt, and just like that, Mexico City scores and puts themselves possibly up 20-7 with extra point pending here from Cole Varner.
K.L. Barrett, and the L stands for long gone as Barrett strikes, and Mexico City is out in front of Baltimore. Cole Varner on a little bit of trouble with the snap, but Varner sends it up and through. It is 20-7.
Extending his yardage lead now with that catch at 1,240. But most importantly, it gives Mexico City a 13-point lead, and it's a definite boost to their possible playoff positioning here with the win.
7-play, 80-yard drive capped off by the 35-yard score and connection between Matt Wilson and K.L. Barrett. Here is the return for Baltimore. Spinning. Bolt fights his way up to the 31, and we have an update from Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green between Queen City and Lone Star. Cam?
Thanks, Andy. Mike, Jet answering Ike's touchdown.
Yeah, Cam, Jet Zero is not ready to go home for the playoffs. He's pretty much single-handedly trying to keep Queen City's hopes alive with a 6-yard touchdown run right there. He has 109 yards in the first half. Queen City's up 17-7.
Back to Andy and Gerald, and that's a pick.
Intercepted there. Dags takes it away, and Mexico City's turning some famine into fortune, Gerald.
Every Dags with the interception. His 8th of the season. And just like that, boy, has the momentum changed here. Mexico City really looking to put this ball game away. Mistake there by the young quarterback, but let's see if Loshaw and this Baltimore Vultures defense and somehow stop him here with a 3 and out.
Second turnover for Wigmore today. And Matt Wilson will take over. Ray Bentley flanked right in front of Phoenix Jones. They'll feed Jones. Bentley clears the way. Jones through one, and he picks up 5.
Frank Smith there at the tackle, like you said. And Ray Bentley just absolutely just makes a great, great block for Phoenix Jones. Boy, what a tandem those two make. I mean, with the experience of Ray Bentley, knowing where Jones was going to go, was able to seal that block on the outside. Great, great play execution right there.
2 in the backfield again. They head to Jones. Jones pushes through another. It'll be 3rd and inches.
Looks like now it's going to be the Phoenix Jones show. He's a little slow getting up there. Tyler Kane's asking him if he's okay, but 3rd inches. Now, this is where, if you have a great running game, with either one of these two running backs, they're both great running backs in T-Roy, especially Phoenix Jones here in Mexico City, you can just bleed that clock when you have the lead.
From here, it would be about a 50-yard attempt if they don't pick it up. Wilson out to Mike Daggs. A beautiful tight end swing will give the Aztecs a first down to the 29.
There's just too many weapons on this Mexico City offense. The running backs, the wide receivers, and lo and behold, in the tight end, Mike Daggs makes an appearance. Just maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain, but hey, it's enough for the first down. And keep them moving. They're almost in the red zone.
3 receivers wide, 2 in the backfield here. Wilson on a short drop will throw outside. That's Jason Bartley, and he collects it for 5.
Right there for Bartley, his 2nd of the ball game. And Matt Wilson is just methodically just ripping apart this Baltimore Ultra secondary. And a great play calls here by Ramos Lynn. Is a great mix of the run and the pass right now to open up the second half.
Split backs in the backfield, 4-3 look here. Here is the give up the middle. Jones will only get back to the line of scrimmage. And Gerald, the thing you got to start thinking about if you're Baltimore is if you give up more than a field goal here, this game is in a really rough spot.
Yeah, if they give up more than a field goal here, you could just take T-Roy Gaines, his name right out of the ball game, because they're going to definitely have to be throwing the football here. It's going to be a big 3rd and 5.
Wilson finds Mike Daggs down to the 11. 1st and 10. Aztecs knocking on the door again.
Again, 3rd down. Where do you go to Mike Daggs? 6 for 11 right now. They're a little bit below their 61%, but lo and behold, they're only at 54.5%, and that's what Baltimore had to take care of, is that 3rd down conversion offense of Mexico City. Man, that's just brutal right now for Baltimore.
Give up the middle. Jones fights his way forward down to the 3, rumbling.
Jay Giovanni, both not having a good quarter, gets whipped on the basically a go out by Kale Barrett. This time, Phoenix Jones just puts the shoulder and knocks him on his backside. Brings up a 2nd and 2 here, just outside the goal line.
2 in the backfield, 2 tight ends on the line. They will flip it to Jones. Phoenix Jones gets a yard.
Tackle, but Frank Smith there laid the boom here. 3rd and 1. They can still get a first down at the 1. Get 4 more cracks here. Let's see what they bring up here on 3rd and 1. If that ball does not go into the hands of Phoenix Jones or Ray Bentley here, I'd be surprised.
Have ran a toss out of this formation towards what would be the top side. They'll do it again. Jones, got caught up behind the offensive lineman, and that brings up 4th down. Baltimore, little lucky, and LaShaw is there to make the play.
Big time play there by Troy LaShaw. I mean, it wasn't a pick six, but it stopped him from getting in the end zone and holding Mexico City to a field goal here, but we'll still keep it a 2-score game.
May technically not be a goal line stand, but it's about as close as you can get without being right on that goal. Will Varner sends it up and through, and it is 23-7. Baltimore finding themselves in a hole after the interception. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is the Simulation Football League Week 11 action on Next Level Sports. Along with Phil Koss on stats, Cameron Irvine behind the scenes producing the games for us. And Gerald, this Baltimore team finds themselves in a little bit of a hole.
A little bit of a hole, down 16 points here. Still a 2-score ball game.
Single back in the backfield is T. Roy Gaines. 4-3 look out of these Aztecs, who have 2 turnovers today. Jeffrey Daggs got the last one on the last drive. Here is Wigmore on the out route that is caught. The SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either a play-by-play or analyst broadcast position. No prior experience required, just a love for the game of football and a desire to succeed. Our application can be found on our website at simulationfl.net/broadcasting. That's right, you can broadcast games live on TV. We're looking to replace Gerald so that someone can call games with, we're looking for more commentators. Flip out here. I'm only messing with Gerald. It was just April Fool's Day, so might as well throw one at him. One of the best in the biz, and you can become one of the best in the biz as well by joining our broadcast team.
Yeah, I'm glad, but it's 2 days after April Fool's Day. But anyway, that was a great catch there for Baltimore to get to a first down here. One of the few in the first and the third quarter here for Baltimore.
Give up the middle. Gaines will keep fighting and pick up 5, and let's send it back to SFL Studios for a game break. Cam?
Thanks, Andy. Mike, we cannot keep up with the wild plays in this one.
Yeah, Cam, that 1, 2, 3, 4 tips, and then all of a sudden Deuce Fenix sticks his head in there and gets the catch, and that led to a Ike McBride touchdown catch, which brought Lone Star within 7 at the time. But hey, Queen City has come back with a touchdown of their own to take a 10-point lead right before half.
Back to Andy and Gerald.
Flip outside will make it 3rd and inches. Thank you, Cam. And now Baltimore, Gerald right in front and right on the doorstep of moving the chains and getting closer to midfield.
Oh, I thought the ball was over the line there. But Baltimore, I don't think, can afford to challenge it with already losing a timeout earlier in this game. That ball's right on the line.
3-4 look out of Mexico City. Wigmore going to throw for it. Wide open receiver. Oh, wow. No more room could have been had there. Coming right up and shooting the gap was Jordan Mitchell.
They tried this play earlier in the first quarter, and Mitchell actually dropped it. I think it was actually on the first series. But this time he looked the ball into his hands, and big first down pickup there for Baltimore. They needed it, and they got it.
New set of downs here at the Aztecs' 36-yard line. Really need a score on this drive to try and keep some footing in this ball game. The Aztecs have looked superb today. Wigmore fires again. Picked off again! Jeffrey Daggs! He shot the gap and takes it away for the Aztecs.
Jeffrey Daggs once again coming up big. This defense just stepping right in front of the receiver there, and another interception from Jeffrey Daggs, number 9 of the season. Like you said, the second of the ball game, and it puts Baltimore in a deep hole.
Huge turnover at a critical time, and now they will feed Phoenix Jones. Jones off the left side, scoops up 9, and Gerald, right when Baltimore was looking like they were going to get back into it, the Aztecs defense strikes.
Not only does the defense strike, the offense strikes as well. Mexico City, in their first 4 drives, only ended up with 3 points. Their last 4, they have 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, really to take control of this football game.
Second and a yard. They will give it to Jones. He will lose a yard, and that will set them up for third down. But, Gerald, Mexico City pretty good on third down this season.
Yep. Coming into this game, 61% of third down offense, and also number 1 in the league in points per game at 30.2. Right now, they're 7-12 at 58.3%.
Wilson, deep bomb is tipped up and almost intercepted. That would have been something for Baltimore to hang their hat on. Instead, they just end up with a third down stop, and they'll get the ball back. Still a big swing of events there.
Yeah, they gained a little bit of momentum, waste some more time off the clock. Once again, did you notice that Wilson looked like he stutter stepped back there to try to get his footing? It's the third time I've seen it in the ballgame. I don't know if it's a knee issue or if it's a cleat issue, but he wasted a little bit of time and then let the defense get back into position to maybe make that play.
Amy punts this one away, and here is Bolt, who will get out to the 30-yard line, and that is where Baltimore will re-enter the field of play. Wigmore having a day to forget so far, Gerald.
Yes, 24-32 for a $174. Does have that touchdown to Ivory Irvin in the back of the end zone, but 3 costly interceptions that have led to a lot of Mexico City's points.
3-4 look again for the Aztecs. 3 receivers wide. Here is Wigmore going to throw on the out route. That's caught. Turning upfield is Irvin, and Irvin shoulder to the ground there at the 43.
Almost picked off there. As you saw, the cornerback just starting right in. But Irvin with his 11th catch of the ball game, and that puts him 1 yard shy of the 1,000-yard mark. As Jeffrey Daggs goes, go ahead and spin. I'll just knock you down. We'll just go to the next play. With the time winding down here in the third quarter, Baltimore needs to find the end zone and needs to find it in a hurry.
Tight end flex. Here is Wigmore going to throw the out route there. Wow, what a catch there on the sideline. Picks up 5.
Akchima there. That's a 25-yard throw to gain 5. Either way, it was a positive gain here. The out route still working for both ball clubs here. 2nd and 5, and that was Wigmore's 34th attempt of the game.
4 receivers wide, single back. Here is the throw. Oh, deflected immediately. Not even an opportunity there. Right there was Aaron Pryor.
That was a big play there. He just read read Wigmore's eyes right there. We come to the end of the third quarter.
23-7, Mexico City in control. Baltimore trying to climb back into it. Get your fours up in the Twitch chat, and we'll get ready for one more quarter of action. Back here in Mexico City, Baltimore facing a big 3rd and 5. The Vultures trying to keep this drive alive to stay in this football game. Wigmore throws collected. First down as ice in Jack Wigmore's veins are able to connect with Ivory Irvin.
That will put Ivory Irvin over the 1,000-yard mark for the season. Great route. The only person that was posting was ref number 43. It puts them in Mexico City territory deep at the 27-yard line. Let's see if Wigmore can shake off the demons here and get in the end zone.
Split pro look. Here is Wigmore. Pumps once deep. Shot tipped up and incomplete. KT Harrell was there. She made a beautiful play on the football.
He did make a beautiful play on the football. I think Dan Tritz just might have made the play there by jumping up and putting up his hands, forcing Wigmore to maybe double clutch. Again, just that little split-second mistime could have resulted in that pass deflection.
Haven't heard a lot from Tritz today, but able to affect the play there. 2nd and 10 for Baltimore. 2 backs in the backfield. They will throw. Wigmore stands and just dumps it underneath. That is only going to be good for a yard.
There's Dax and there's Dan Tritz coming up with the half a tackle right there, coming up with the assist. Brings up a big 3rd and 9. And Baltimore once again convert on a big 3rd down conversion. They did it on the last set, 3rd and 5. Let's see if they can do it on 3rd and 9.
From the Mexico City 26, Wigmore, a 7-step drop, heaves this one to the back of the end zone, drags the feet, Daly Holder holds on, and a huge play for Baltimore to turn the tide.
As I said earlier in this game, Daly Holder is one of the unsung heroes of this wide receiver core, and what a throw as he beats Jack Napier basically to the back of the end zone. That is number 50. Daly Holder in his career, so congratulations there, and congratulations Baltimore. I'm not sure why they're not going for the 2-point conversion here. Get it within 8.
Definitely time here, Gerald, to kind of get within that. 10 minutes on the clock. Baltimore strikes early here in this fourth quarter. Daly Holder down the field deep from Wigmore, who, Gerald, to his credit, did not stop firing.
Oh, and he just loves to throw the football. He's averaging 46 and a half attempts a ball game. Hey, if you fire that much, you have to have ice water in your veins. Like you said, and Wigmore does have that. And it gets them within 9 points, like you said, with plenty of time to go in the football game.
And 54 Daly Holder ties him up with Badir Ajlani, Stephen Hacker, and Richard Montague, who used to play for these Mexico City Aztecs, with 50 career receiving touchdowns, and a nice company there between, two active players in Hacker and Holder, and two great SFL players from history in Montague and Ajlani, and it will set Baltimore up here to be down and close in this one. Not necessarily within striking distance right away, but definitely closer than they were just a moment ago. Flip out here to Phoenix Jones, and he'll pick up a couple.
Got a couple. Speaking of Montague, his last game was actually against these Baltimore Vultures here. He had a great game. 3 catches for 98 yards and a touchdown in that 33-17 playoff loss. So, as you said, great company, Mr. Daly Holder.
4 receivers wide. Wilson alone in the gun on 2nd and 8 will adjust the play. Here he is going to throw outside. That is caught by Mike Daggs, who scoops up 7. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net, where you can get replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. I always wear my Sector 6 gear on game day. You should too. 4-3 look here out of Baltimore. They give to the bowling ball, and Ray Bentley has a first down.
Great using Phoenix Jones there as a decoy, letting the linebackers go to the outside, just giving it to the bowling ball. Bentley gains a first down. What a great play call there by Ramos Lynn.
Believe it or not, if you go to the SFL convention, like we did last time there was one, I actually bowled with the bowling ball, and there is a sack for Baltimore coming right up, and that's a big play for the moment, Gerald, that is going to set Mexico City back right after a first down.
Now watch Matt Wilson right here. You see that little stutter step there? That's about the 4th time he's done that in the game, and I don't know what it would be. I haven't heard about an injury report on him, but it's causing a lot of these sacks here, and that was a big loss.
4 receivers wide, empty set against a 4-3, though. 4 defensive backs against the 4 receivers here. A chance for the Aztecs. Wilson fires, almost threw it right into the hands of a waiting defender. They were looking for Highwind, but it was a poor throw.
Definitely a poor throw, and that was just, you can't say that was just a horrible throw by Matt Wilson. That should have been intercepted, and boy, wouldn't have that changed this ball game. But now it's a 3rd down, and long is not the word. 18 yards. Let's see what they can do here on 3rd 18.
Jones offset to the right. You can barely see the first down marker on the left side of your screen. Vultures trying to get a quick stop. Wilson stands, floats it up, and it's caught by Highwind, but out of bounds at the 41 will mean 4th down for Mexico City.
Gain 11 of those 18 back, but it gives a little bit closer for George Amy, who's been having a day pinning these Baltimore Vultures back inside their 10. I think a win right now would be to pin him inside the 20. Let's see what George Amy can do here on 4th and 7.
Amy stands and will send this one away. Bolt is back to return it. We'll take it at the 20. Spins once, spins twice, and we'll get out to the 27. Coverage of the SFL on For the Fans starts tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern. It's a pair of Easter Sunday matchups. London travels to Fort Worth and Las Vegas visits St. Louis in a major matchup for all four teams. The SFL on For the Fans. We put the fan in fantasy. We got you all an Easter egg, and inside of it is SFL football. Week 11 action continues, and I can't wait for one, Gerald, for some exciting action tomorrow. Baltimore takes over at their 27. Wigmore fires across the middle, in and out of the hands of the receiver, incomplete.
Actually, I don't know if it was a drop or if it was deflected, but either way, it falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. Baltimore needs points on this drive, whether it's 3, preferably like a touchdown, but they have to at least get some points on this drive because there's not a lot of time left in the game.
Trips tight formation. T-Roy Gaines, the only running back in the backfield. Tight end on the top of the formation. Here is Wigmore going to dump it out to Gaines. Gaines off that left side will pick up 5, an important 3rd down.
And KT Harrell with the tackle again. It's just all over the field for this Mexico City Aztec defense. That's tackle number 13 of the game for her. It's like I said, bringing up a big 3rd and 5 here. Baltimore 6 of 10 on 3rd downs. See if they can get number 7.
60% on 3rd down is Baltimore, and here is Wigmore. Hit as he threw, floats one, and it's picked. Intercepted by Jeffrey Daggs. A hat trick for the young man. Oh, my.
We were talking hockey before the game, but this time the hat trick goes to Daggs. And guess who? And you see who didn't make the play, but forced the throw was Dan Tritz. Once again, held to only an assist of a tackle in this ball game, but jumped up, threw his hands up there, disrupted a play, and this time disrupted it with the pass rush, made Wigmore throw deeper than he wanted to, and it ends up in the hands of Jeffrey Daggs for the 3rd time in the ball game.
Jeffrey Daggs, a menace today for the Baltimore Vultures. Wilson fires on the out route, tipped a ball! Baltimore, the opportunity to get right back in it was there for Alvin Mack.
What a play there by Saron Yates, just throwing his hand back and tipping that ball up and almost creating a tip drill pick, and that would have been a pick 6, and that would have definitely changed the complexion of this ball game. But luckily for Matt Wilson, that ball falls to the ground. 2nd and 10.
They'll go empty again. Matt Wilson, I don't know if they call him Riverboat Matt, but he's sure gambling today, and he throws a pick right there. Similar play down the sideline. We'll see you later, Austin Brigham. Pick 6 for the Vultures.
First pick 6 of his career, and they said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This time, it does go back for a touchdown as they tried to hit. It looks like they tried to hit number 19, Kale Barrett, but that's a pick 6. And man, if you're Mexico City, you just shot yourself in the foot. You're basically now, with an extra point here, a field goal away from losing this game.
Well, and Brigham said, Gerald, he said, Alvin Mack, if you're not going to pick that thing off when I tip it back to you, I'll just do it myself. I mean, and he did it, and that is incredible for Baltimore. It puts them within 3 with an extra point still on the way, and really flips this game on its head. Just to think, Gerald, for anyone who might be tuning in late, Baltimore was in a 23-7 deficit when we started this 4th quarter.
Yep, and they had the ball. They scored quick. Now they just scored on a pick 6. And man, the ties have changed here in the last 4 minutes of this ball game. So let's see if Mexico City here can right the ship and try somehow to get some momentum back here with plenty of time left in this ball game.
They don't call them birds of prey for nothing. The Vultures seize and score on a pick 6 opportunity from the Bronze Bomber, and now Aztecs will come right back out on offense. And Gerald, I think they at very least got to put someone in the backfield with Wilson to at least give the illusion that they might run it.
Phoenix Jones, 18 carries for 72 yards. I think you need to get some carries to him maybe to get some of the pressure off these wide receivers, get some of the pressure off of Matt Wilson.
And tight end flex is a good formation to do it out of, but they will throw, and that one is deflected. Baltimore's Nolan Pierce gets a hand to it.
Looking for Mike Daggs, I believe, across the middle of the field. Nolan Pierce says, no, thank you. We've seen that before, and he gets his big paw up there. Big 6'4", 241-pound outside linebacker. Deceptively quick. It has long arms, and you see right there, knocks the ball to the ground, brings up 2nd and 10 for Mexico City. They can't afford to go 3 and out here and put their defense back out on the field.
They're going to go with a heavy formation. They usually run out of these, although I will say I have seen some throws. 2 in the backfield is Jones, and they'll give it to the bowling ball, Ray Bentley, who picks up 5.
Get it to the bowling ball here, your veteran, to just calm things down here for this offense. And now it's 3rd and 6. They've had 16 attempts at this. They are 8 for 16, 50%, well below their 61 here. None more important than this.
Play action for Wilson. Walks right into a sack. Down he goes. Al Walker is right there to take him to the turf.
Al Walker with the sack. And I believe, again, you're going to see the little stutter step there by Matt Wilson, and it's going to cost them another sack. And this time it's going to be big inside their own 20. And look out now. Baltimore has all the momentum right now with just over 6 minutes to go in the game.
Punter is on Amy to send this one away with 6 minutes to go here in the 4th. The Vultures have turned their fortune into positive fortune, and Giovanni Bolt will set them up at the 47. Man, the tides have just turned for Baltimore, Gerald, and they're in the opportunity here to jump right out in front with any type of score.
They're definitely flying high right now. They got all the momentum, just everything going their way right now here in the 4th quarter. Let's see if Wigmore, who has thrown 4 interceptions so far in the day, can be safe here with the football.
Wigmore, 30 of 42 for 71% completion percentage. He's going to want it all, and he's got Ivory Irvin down to the 30-yard line. A huge money shot, and it goes right into the hands of Irvin.
13 catches for a $124 and a score, targeted 14 times, and that's just another great throw there by Wigmore, already up to 43 attempts, 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, and like I said, those 4 interceptions, nothing big there, and they are already in field goal range here for Shark Tarkington.
3-4 look out of Mexico City. Wigmore, 5-step drop, floats one backside, and it's collected. Jay Hayden, 7-yard catch. And for Baltimore, Gerald, they, with a win, would potentially move, have the opportunity to move up here in the last 2 weeks. They already are in the playoffs, though.
They've already made their nest for the playoffs. Now it's just deciding on which branch they want to put it on. They want to definitely move up here to get that first-round bye.
2 backs in the backfield for the Vultures on 2nd and 3. They will take their time. Wigmore going to dump it out of the backfield to T-Roy Gaines. Gaines takes the correct angle on Jeffrey Daggs and is inside the 20.
First time we called number 33 in a while. It comes up big with the first down inside the Mexico City 20 here, as now time, believe it or not, is now not on the side of Mexico City here with 4:29 to go in the ball game.
Stays on his feet and picks up 6. His best run of the day, Gerald.
Definitely his best run of the day. And this is where, when you have Roy Gaines and you decide to run him, it could be detrimental, especially at this time when you're trying to maybe kick a field goal here and just run the time down on the clock.
Two in the backfield, 4-3 look here out of Mexico City. Deep drop for Wigmore, fires on the out route, tipped up and incomplete. Mexico City had a defender there playing Irvin on the out route, and they Gerald could really use this win.
They can. If they win out and Fort Worth was out, they will win the South. 7-5 looks pretty good for a playoff spot here. As you see, next week they play Houston, who actually has 3 games to play here with the makeup.
3 receivers wide to the bottom of the screen for Baltimore, trying to make Mexico City's road to the playoffs more difficult. Wigmore underneath, caught right at the sticks. They're not going to give it to him. Mac Chima tackled, and they will celebrate with the man of the hour. I think that's Jeffrey Daggs again.
Daggs having a great game. It's going to bring up 4th and inches, and right here, this is going to hopefully the field goal for Sharks Tarkington here. Little chip shot will put them up 1 here. There's going to be about 3:05 to go, maybe 3 minutes to go in the ballgame.
Jack Napier was also over there on the play, and with 3 minutes to go, Tarkington, the 6th-year man, 6'1", 220, sends this one up and good from 26. Baltimore out in front here. The first lead for them since the first quarter, Gerald. They're up now 24-23.
Yeah, definitely. The first one, 7-3 was their last lead. It's been all Mexico City until then. So Matt Wilson, well, if you want a quarterback to have to come back to, you don't need a touchdown, you just need a field goal here. Matt Wilson, the SFL leader in passing yards and touchdowns, he can do it for you.
Here is the return. Coming back is Mexico City out to the 21, and Gerald, they've struggled here offensively in this 4th frame.
Definitely. They haven't trouble in an interception, a pick 6, not being able to gain some first downs. This is the drive. This is where you make your money, Matt Wilson. Let's see what we can do.
They will set up here 1st and 10. 4 receivers wide at a bunch. 2:58 to go in the 4th, and Wilson going to throw. Out route there, caught by Daggs. How did he not step out of bounds? And that'll be good for a first down. And we have another game break from Queen City and Lone Star. Back to SFL Studios. Cam?
The Vultures are challenging whether the player stepped out of bounds.
And they will challenge this one, so we'll stick here for a moment. Mike, Daggs, the nice backhanded catch, and I think they're marking the spot. He looks out there, Gerald.
Yeah, he definitely stepped out of bounds there after maybe a 3-yard gain here. Let's see if Ref 62 saw what we saw.
And they will say he stepped out of bounds. That'll save them from collecting a free first down. Baltimore not giving up anything. And Gerald, lucky for them, they didn't, because they would have gave up their second timeout.
And they'd have been out of challenges. So great challenge there. Brings up 2nd and 5 here. It gives Mexico City a chance to reboot here and see what they can do here.
Empty set for Wilson, 4 wide along with Mike Daggs on the line. Here is Wilson to throw it. Tipped up and incomplete. Now we'll send it to SFL Studios for a game break. Cam?
Thank you, Andy. Mike, probably Dave Axis's easiest touchdown of the year.
Yeah, Cam, Ace Finnick has struggled with the turnover bug all game long. Here he is, finds Dave Axis in the corner of the end zone to bring Lone Star back within 10.
We'll have bonus coverage of Queen City and Lone Star at the conclusion of this game. Back to Andy and Gerald and the rest of the crew in Mexico.
Wilson throws, and that is Mike Daggs who has the first down. Gerald was plenty of room, couldn't go out of bounds on that one even if he tried.
No, he was wrapped up and he was in the center of the field. But hey, he goes, I want to get that first down on this drive, and he got it. It was with just over 2 minutes to go here in the game. Let's see if Mexico City can control the football here and gain some type of points to take the lead.
Daggs again. They spam the Daggs button, and he has a first down that time. The tight end rumbles down to the 45.
Big gain there for Mexico City as we hit the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to play here in Mexico City. All the chips on the table. Baltimore up by a point. and Mexico City trying to climb back into it. This is the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. Back here in Mexico City, Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice. Wilson fires. This one's tipped up and incomplete. Oh, some big throws there, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10 after the ball falls to the turf.
Big play there on defense. They're looking for the home run ball. Was Matt Wilson. Brings up 2nd and 10. Plenty of time left on the clock. $1:55. You have all 3 of your timeouts. Finally, get the ball as he Fox Highway and goes talking about the stutter, but let's see what happens here. 2nd and 10 at the 45.
Single back is Jones. Here is Wilson to throw it. Flips it out to Phoenix Jones, and Jones will pick up a couple. 3rd and 7 outside of field goal range.
Big outside tackle there by outside linebacker Alvin Mack. Good open field stop here. 3rd and 7. Mexico City a little bit short of their percentage here. They're 52.9%, 9 of 17. They want to get anywhere close to winning this ballgame. They need number 10 right here.
4 wide for Wilson. Free play here on the offsides. Tosses across the middle, tipped up and incomplete. But Gerald, that penalty will help them out.
Oh, definitely. We'll bring up a 3rd and 7 now, a 3rd and 2, as we see who the culprit was that jumped off sides. That was Al Walker. This point of a ball game, those are the silly mistakes you can't make. Those can turn a W into an L really quick. Now you had them stopped. Now it's 3rd and 2, and they get another shot at it.
Big opportunity for Mexico City here to potentially get back in the game after that offsides penalty saves them from an incompletion. Need to get past the 45 here. 2 in the backfield is Bentley and Phoenix Jones. Wilson under center. Will take the snap, gonna throw this one outside, and it's caught for 1st down yardage.
Oh, wow. Just enough for the 1st down there. Backup tight end Derek Noger with the catch. And even if they wouldn't have gotten that 1st down on that play, Andy, I think the 4th and 2 would be a heck of a lot better than 4th and 7, don't you think?
Yes, indeed. 1st and 10 from the 45. Wilson is under center. Single back is Jones again. Wilson Throws on the out route there, caught. KL Barrett turns the corner and picks up 9. Coming up on the SFL postgame update, we'll send you to bonus coverage of Queen City and Lone Star. Back to SFL studios with Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green's analysis of the early window of games and preview SFL action that's coming up next on Next Level Sports. It's all coming up with the SFL postgame update, about a minute and 39 of game action away from being there. 2 in the backfield. Bentley flanks in front of Phoenix Jones. Mike Daggs on the top of the line. They'll give to Jones. Jones has the first down.
Great block, and again, they knew that Phoenix Jones was going to get that football. Blocked by Bentley springs them for 2 yards, but it's good enough for a first down. And they are right now in Cole Varner field goal range here. They might want to get a little bit closer.
4 receivers wide, single back in the backfield is Jones. They will run a play action. Wilson moves out of the pressure, fires off his back foot, incomplete. Giovanni Bolt came all the way down to guard the man coming out of the play action.
That was an unbelievable play there by Giovanni Bolt, who got burned for a touchdown earlier in this ball game. I'm surprised that they're throwing the football there. I'd be running it to just, get Baltimore to start using their timeouts. Being a little bit safer with the football here. I think they just might have just got a little bit smart there. They're going to run the football here on 2nd and 10.
2 in the backfield and a false start, I believe, Gerald. Wow.
Remember I said those penalties there can change the game from a win to a loss. This time, Robert Fett, who has had a good game with a couple key blocks, gets with the false start, and man, is that costly. Now it's a 2nd and 15, and I think that just might put him out of field goal range here. Now you're going to have to maybe put the football in the air to get those yards back, and that's one you don't want to throw to is Troy LaShaw.
4 wide out of the gun here on 2nd and 15. A minute and 9 to go. Here is Wilson, looks to throw it, throws almost a pick, Brigham. Oh my, Baltimore fans were about to rejoice, but it brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a pick 6 for sure. That would have been his 2nd of the ball game. Luckily for Matt Wilson, that ball was dropped. It comes up here a big 3rd and 15. You really don't have to get the first down here. If you can get maybe 8 to 10 yards, you'll be in field goal range here for Cole Varner.
4 receivers wide for Wilson in the gun. Here he stands, going to fire across the middle, offline, just not even in the area code. And Gerald, it's decision time.
Got to go for here. 4th and 15. At the 56-yarder. Does Varner have in him? I mean, do you go for the field goal here? You're going to. It's going to be like 55. This is going to be a clutch kick for Varner.
Big opportunity here. They do have 3 timeouts in case it is not good. Varner stands at the line. Snap down, kick up and on the way. Does he have the leg? He does from 55.
Clutch kick. Cole Varner, 55 yards. And man, I think that would have been good for maybe 56 but wow, what a clutch kick. And now Jack Wigmore, now it's on to you to get your team in the field goal range. 58 seconds left. They do have only 2 timeouts because of that challenge that went wrong here early in this half, so this game is far from over.
Knee taken by Baltimore will start at their own 20, and Shark Tarkington, the kicker, that they would like to put on the line to potentially win this football game, but it's all up to the rookie Wigmore to try and make it, or not, not the rookie, but the young player Wigmore to try and make it happen. Just had his rookie season last year.
Yeah, could you ask for any 2 better kickers to try to win this game for you? Garner and Tarkington, number 1 and number 2 in the SFL history books.
Wigmore fires, collected across the middle to the 36.
That middle of the field could be wide open here. Wigmore might want to just exploit that here on this defensive front.
Here's Wigmore again, middle of the field, and that one's picked! Pays the price! Mexico City may survive off of a Jack Napier pick!
The 5th interception for Wigmore, and that just might prove to be the undoing of that 5-game win streak. And of course, it's tipped by number 27. I believe that was 27. Or is it 50? Was that KT Harrell again back there on the cover? But either way, defense from Mexico City steps up and is going to win this ball game for them.
A huge victory for the Aztecs will help bolster not only their win-loss record, but also their playoff resume as they beat one of the top teams the SFL has to offer. A huge interception late in the game. Gerald, you talked about how the middle of the field was open. I think Wigmore thought the same. I don't know if Napier tricked him into throwing that one or if the throw was just a little errant. But the 49th throw for Jack Wigmore in this game goes for his 5th interception. Mexico City makes a mockery of Wigmore through the air, and they win this football game as long as they can round out this clock.
That's a big statement win for Mexico City. They can hold on here. They'll go to move to 7-4. As you see, look at this. That is what helps you win games right there. Is just you have Kale Barrett with first in yards. He's going to probably increase that lead with this game he had today. Phoenix Jones with his 17th rushing touchdown. Dan Tritz only had 1 tackle, but was very disruptive on all fronts. And then you see Matt Wilson, first in yards. Jeffrey Daggs, who has a touchdown return for punts. I had 3 big interceptions, and Cole Varner with looks like it's going to be the game-winning 55-yard field goal. What a ball game.
Big victory for Mexico City. They advance to 7-4. Baltimore falls to 7-4, and the Aztecs with the head-to-head will enjoy that over the Vultures. Playoff time heating up here in the Simulation Football League, and Mexico City is the one who benefits today. Gerald, what a back-and-forth contest.
As you said, one of your keys to the game was control time possession for Mexico City. They did that with 24 minutes. As you saw, basically the yards were even. It basically comes down to 5 Jack Wigmore interceptions. The last one sealing the deal here. So I don't know who you'd call as a player of the game. Jeffrey Daggs, 3 picks. I would say the player of the game's got to be Cole Varner here with that 55-yard field goal to end the game. But just all in all, I mean, this game doesn't hurt the Baltimore because they're in the playoffs, but it definitely boosts Mexico City to get in.
Well, and with the seeding, it gives Mexico City the same record and a head-to-head victory over Baltimore, which definitely hurts them, Gerald. I mean, they're in the playoffs, right? They're in the big dance, but the last thing you want if you're Baltimore is the opportunity to potentially fall from your spot that you're in right now. So a big victory for Mexico City, especially in the tight division they're in. They fought through some adversity with penalties and an offense that didn't necessarily look as smooth as it could have been. And Jeffrey Daggs, a big part of that with 3 interceptions. Cole Varner, 4 field goals. It was almost, Gerald, the story of the unspoken heroes, as your typical heroes like Wilson and Jones struggled down the stretch.
Yeah, definitely. You see, speaking of Wilson struggling, right there is Austin Brigham's first ever pick 6 that really put this game on edge here. It took it to 23-21. And see right here, this is Parkinson's field goal here. Put them up 1. Then at the end of it came down the SFL's leading kicker right here, Cole Varner. That's a straight, almost like a Dempsey-esque run up to the football. But what a game. 26-24 Mexico City. What a game here for SFL 1500.
And Baltimore down the stretch could not finish it off. Wigmore with the interception there by Napier. And that would do it for the Aztecs. They were able to complete a victory over a very tough Baltimore Vultures team. A back-and-forth contest, and the player of the game today is going to be none other than Matt Wilson. 31 of 46, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. For Gerald Giudice, Eddie Gage, and Phil Koss, I'm Andy Hamilton. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. Mexico City gets the win at home, and we'll now send it over to Colin and Rick Northrup for the conclusion of Queen City and Lone Star. Colin, Rick, take it away.
Lead in the ball late in the fourth quarter. If you've got to salt the game away, and if you can't, you may not be deserving of the win. So let's see what the Glory can do.
Welcome those of you who saw the Mexico City Aztecs win against the Baltimore Vultures in a thrilling matchup. Here, the Lone Star Glory looking to salt things away after taking a 35-34 lead. At one point, they were down 34-21. And we've now reached the 2-minute warning. As Ike McBride got 3 yards to start with. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. There's Adam Williams. He's been a huge player today. Gave him the most recent touchdown to go ahead. 2nd and 7 at 39. Now they'll hand off to McBride. She gains a few, and Queen City burns their first time out. Coverage on the SFL for the fans starts at 12:30 Eastern. It's a pair of Easter Sunday matchups as London travels to Fort Worth and Las Vegas visits St. Louis in a major matchup for all 4 teams. The SFL for the fans. We put the fan in fantasy. Should be an exciting pair of matchups there as Cam Collier gets the first down to the 50, and
Lone Star's forced to burn their second time out.
No, Queen City, rather.
I'm sorry. Lone Star. I'm so excited. I forgot what I was saying. So, yes, Queen City's down to their final timeout after this.
And don't forget, too, Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6.com or visit our website, simulationfl.net, for replica team jerseys, completely customizable jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more to help each team stand out from the rest. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 in the SFL. And Ike McBride with the finishing touches there. She picks up 9 on this play. Rick, it was just a thing of beauty.
It was, and been very impressed with Lone Star's execution here in the second half. And you remember, Colin, we talked about as the wheels were off the whole program early in the first quarter, and they needed to just crawl, walk, run their way back into playing good football, and they've done exactly that.
And they kneel on 2nd and 1, so it'll be 3rd and 3. Final numbers for Adam Williams: 5 grabs, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 of 47.
Yeah, I was I agree with the chat. They needed to run the ball. They need to pick up the first down, or at least attempt to, because they're going to have to punt this thing back with only a 1-point lead.
Mike McBride, 159 yards on 20 carries, long of 71.
Maybe they'll run the ball on 4th down. Yeah, it's like potentially, or at least giving Queen City a chance, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat.
Welcome in Eddie Gage to the chat. The first thing he says is fire Charles immediately.
the prevent offense. Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, it was easy. They had, what, second and short, run the ball again or twice. Clock's going to roll anyway, and maybe you pick up the first down.
So 25 seconds left. Corsairs had the ball in their own 12. But they had no timeouts.
You know what's going to happen. A long run. Or a skinny post, or they get some inside leverage, and they're gone right down the middle.
Trips to the top. Caswell. Over the middle, that's not going to be very helpful.
Oh, well, I guess both sides are having a little bit of a brain cramp.
Over the middle again. And that should just about do it.
They might get one more off. Maybe a spike play. Nope.
They do get one off, and it'll be an incomplete pass. Lone Star wins 35-34. And this crazy game comes to a crazy end. We take a look at the stats. 438 total yards, under 64 rushing yards for the Glory, under 54 for Queen City. Turnovers, they mattered in the beginning of the game, but not the end of the game, because that guy, Ace Finnick, beat it up. But first, he made a back-breaking mistake by throwing to King Jamal for the pick six. But here was the touchdown to Dave Axis. And then James Troll, another field goal. His second of the day.
A lot of scoring to catch up on here with 69 points being scored in this one, Colin. This is where you say, indeed.
Indeed. Mickey McGuire with the pick. And with this loss, Queen City is eliminated from playoff contention. This is their 8th loss of the year for Lone Star. They'll feel a little more secure going into Week 12. They are now 6-5, and this play was just crazy. Greg Soto and James Troll were on stats. Thanks a lot, guys, for helping out. Adam Williams had 2 touchdowns of the day. Oh, man. That one put him in front, and the player of the game threw him a little piece. Ike McBride. Well over 160 yards of total offense, 2 total touchdowns, 159 rushing
over
yards.
200 yards of total offense. Yeah. Well done.
For those of us at the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Northup.
Hey, there's my hat.
Thanks for all who tuned in for the game. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks.
Okay. Declare for 4.
Welcome back to SFL Studios for the SFL postgame update with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. A wild first two games in the SFL today. A 16-point comeback that falls short. A 17-point comeback that is successful. And Mike St. Green's camera is frozen. And it's like, there you go. That was a really great shot of you, Mike St. Green, I have to say.
Tell you what, Cam, two great games to start the day off. My notes and my narrative was going to be in the Baltimore game was, hey, maybe Baltimore popped too much champagne last week celebrating a division win in the playoffs. But, man, these guys came storming back, made this a game, but, just came up a little bit short. I'll tell you what, one note was that Mexico City almost blew this game on another penalty to take Varner out of field goal range, but luckily he had enough leg to get the 55-yarder and secure the victory for Mexico City.
And the South just keeps on winning. Lone Star comes from dead, 31-14 in the third quarter. Dead, Jets 0 all over him, but Lone Star eliminates the four-time Beasts. They're done. Lone Star is now 6-5. Boy, that's got to feel really good going into their game against Fort Worth in Week 12. What a game that was.
Yeah, great comeback from Lone Star. And actually, Lone Star looked dead in the water as well for a long time in this game, down 31-14 after King Jamal pick six late in the third, like 2 minutes left in the third. But Ike McBride, the Lone Star running back, was keeping these guys in this game most of the game as Ace Fennick was struggling with the turnover ball. Then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, touchdown to Dave Axis and a couple of very, very nice touchdown passes to Adam Williams to bring them all the way back and keep these guys' division and playoff hopes alive.
Yeah, you said it best. Ike kept him in it because otherwise that game would have been over. Queen City came to play. What a great day by Ike McBride. All right, so coming up next, a little bit late on the kickoff, but we'll catch up. Carolina, Los Angeles is waiting patiently for us. Out in California, huge game, 2 5-5 teams. LA's got a co-owner playing her former team. It's crazy. It's going to be a big rivalry game. Both those teams in desperate need of victory. Jacksonville is 7-3. They're a game back of Florida for that division in the Atlantic. Vancouver is a game ahead of LA at 6-4 for the Pacific Division. This is going to be a wild last couple hours.
Yeah, Cam, huge game for all teams involved. The one thing that stands out to me for our featured game in LA is that LA has lost 4 of their last 5 games and have struggled mightily on offense. And one of the reasons for that is that they're leading the league in giving up sacks. Sully Richardson has been sacked 40 times in the season, which leads the league. But they also have a running attack with Robert Johnson. He has 1,027 yards. How about get Robert Johnson the ball and maybe take some of the pressure off the offensive line and Sully, and maybe they can make some headway here. Look for Carolina to get multifaceted offense involved with weapons at Logan Jack and Harish Prasad. I know they want to get all the receivers involved, to get Xander Gold to the ball to distribute. It's going to be a tough, tight game here. The team that turns it over the less probably going to win this game. And Jacksonville and Vancouver, this is really a budding rivalry right here from season 14 playoff game. There was some controversy over a fumble and a late field goal that Vancouver won. Vancouver won the earlier matchup. We'll see what Jacksonville has in store for them in the second game.
I absolutely could not have said it better myself. Mike has had 3 weeks to rest up, and he is firing out those game previews today. It's just awesome. This has been your SFL postgame update. Eric Vincent, Cade Stevens have the call from beautiful sunny California. When we come back, this has been your SFL postgame update.